Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to Tokyo Dark. I need to go in here, but let's look at it first. That's it, 3 paper cranes. The buttons on the elevator are all lit up now. Let's go in. I still think this game is fucked up. This doesn't seem right. Doesn't match the descriptions I got at all. What was that? Who's there? Reina? Is that you? Dots. Huh? Who's there? Look around you. Interesting, isn't it? It said, the cranes can grant a wish. What is it you wish for? I've never been one to believe in wishes. Are you him? The collector? Ah, it's an old man. Collector Crow, one of my many names given to me over the years. Ah, but I've no time to waste on such boring, trivial things as introductions. Don't you want to know who I am? Oh, wait, that was her. Oh, I know you are, Detective Ito. Or should I say investigator? So hard to keep straight. Suppose it's irrelevant what you call yourself now, as you've arrived exactly where you need to be. Humph. Something's different, yes, I wonder what it is, I wonder. Now that's it, you're like me, another fashion. After a fashion. Huh? You see things differently from those around you. The world is not so solid and unchanging as it is for them. Things bend, they break. Am I wrong? No, nothing's been the same since Kamakura. Yes, of course. The girl you murdered. Reina. Was that your fault? Of course it wasn't. She gave me no choice. Something made me. I never meant to. Okay. Alright. What are these boxes? Oh my god. I was gonna say, I can't even see the cursor on OBS. I can barely see it. I gotta be in the light. Yeah, this game's fucked up, man. I opened this game 20 minutes ago. And 1 minute ago, I got to the main menu. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just old, but it's not that old. It's not really old at all. I don't know. Something made me. Then you are a puppet, dancing at the end of your strings to a tune you cannot hear. No, that's not what I said. I'm no one's puppet. Are you so sure, Detective? Do you really feel like everything you've done is under your control? When faced with the impossible, you're so certain that every choice you make is your own. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they're made for me. Which is easier, I wonder, the knowledge that the cause of all your suffering and your joy is of your own doing? Or someone else's? I gotta sneeze! Jeez. I don't have time for this. Of course, our conversation is tilted towards the philosophical. But you are not here for philosophy. How many voices am I gonna do for this guy? You want something more tangible. I want information. Facts. No, it is my business to know what people desire, and that is not what you seek. What is it you want, truly? Tanaka. I want to know what really happened to him. No. It's not only that. I want to know what's happening to me, too. Nothing makes sense anymore. I'm tired of chasing after clues that lead to dead ends. Perhaps I can be of some help to you. But first, please indulge me. I have a few questions. I'm curious, oh curious. You're such a unique visitor, after all. Yes, nothing like the others. Fine. What do you want to know? I find it interesting that someone like you would drink on the job. Ah, you mean the hostess part 2 weeks ago? Yeah, what of it? Seems so obvious a mistake. Why did you make it? I wanted information. Yeah. It was for the case. I didn't think I'd get information otherwise. Not that it changed anything. The night of your partner's disappearance, you found your way into the sewer using a man. Why him? I don't think there was any other person there. The hostess wasn't helping. He was an idiot. A witness saw him. Did they? Sure. A witness placed him at that sewer. Why not go directly to the source? What is this, some sort of psych test? I came here for answers, enough with the games. It's no game, detective. I can give you what you seek. This is my price. That's it. If you wanted information used against me, seems you've already got enough. Blackmail, how pedestrian simplistic. No, I have no interest in that. Then what do you want? Everything I collect brings me closer to an understanding, much like you. Only the puzzle I assemble is considerably larger. The piece you provide is well worth the trouble. Shall we continue? Do I have a choice? You've already made it. You show a little patience, detective. Surprising considering the effort you took to get here. The girl Reina, she's the one you've been chasing, yes? Let's talk about her. Why didn't you shoot her again in the sewer? She was holding your dear Tanaka at knife point. Why didn't you pull the trigger? She's a ghost entity. Would have done no good. Then when I heard anyone, I should have. She didn't deserve it. To keep her talking. I think she did when I heard her. I think she does believe she deserves it. I don't believe she thinks she should have. I think it's to keep her talking. The situation was hopeless. The best I could do was to keep her talking. I learned as much as I could. Interesting, most interesting. Oh, she's gone. The sleepless nights continue, don't they? You've taken your pills 3 times, following the doctor's orders like a good little puppet. Does it not make you question the futility of it all? What is the plot of this game? Most interesting. Perhaps you've told me enough. Yes, this is most useful. Accept this trade in return you want. What was it? Ah, yes, that's right. A path, a way forward. I suppose it's your turn to ask the question now. Okay, you crippled old fuck. Where's Tanaka? Is he alive? Wait, what? Huh? I thought that man was dead. What are you? The mask? Can I ask, like, multiple questions or just one? I feel like I want to ask them all, but if I only got one answer, I should ask about the mask. I don't know why, but I get the hunch that you'll know what this is. What is it? Reina was obsessed with it. It must be important, but I can't figure it out. Ah, I see. A most interesting relic. It makes people do the most fascinating things. Dots. Why did Reina want it so badly? It is a tool. Instead of living in fear of it, why not use it? It may be the key that would help you figure out your precious Tanaka. As powerful as it is, one cannot expect to use it knowing nothing about it. You say yourself, it all started in Kamakura. The Kiwanis have a history with that mask. The Kiwanis? The Stride Maiden girl? Her grandmother was the one who gave it to me. The very same. Gives me the creeps. Maybe I should have gotten rid of it. Don't do that. You'll never find your way. Okay. What are you? Dressmaker, a cat breeder, a blackmailer. Seems that no one in this town can agree on anything about you except your name. There's no way anyone can know what you do. It's impossible. So what are you? Take a look around you, or is it not familiar? Can you not smell it? The stench of corruption? I've been here for so long, longer than any of you can imagine. Feeling the desires, the love, the hatred of mankind flow through this place. For you, detective, I am exactly what you need me to be. Now, shall we return our attention to the matter at hand? Our trade, after all, was not for the knowledge of how I fit into your story. I was for a way to clear this. How do you want to put it? Yes, to clear the tension you've run up against. Let us reconsider your problem. Okay, where is Tanaka? Is he alive? In the dark. Whether he lived, that is more difficult. The dark. That's not the first time I've heard that. What is it? Where can I find it? The dark, it's like, the darkness, but get out the ness, you know? A better question is, where can it not be found? Do you not feel it around you? Following you at every turn? Dots. It pays great mind to those within its walls. You know of whom I speak. The common thread that binds all the misery in your heart, Sora. You know it must be true. Reina. And if that's where she is, Tanaka must be there too. The ghost thread is a completed one, yes, very complicated one, yes, very tangled. It begins in Kabukicho and a talent agency called Omega. Kabukicho? I know it well enough. As I imagine any officer of the law would. The dark is a sacred place. It lives and breathes, changes shape, and where it pleases. And if that girl is suffering, and if it is the girl whose suffering determines its shape without understanding its root, you will never find your way, or it could tear you apart. Like it almost already has already. The mask and the dark are inexorably linked. I said that word wrong. Pursuing one without the other is futile. Now, you are an enemy of the dark. It will reject you without understanding it, and you'll be lost without the necessary tool. How will I know when a path's been opened? Ask your puppet master. My end of the bargain has been upheld. You see... you seem awfully eager to help me. What's the catch? Something tells me I'm gonna regret talking to you. Paranoia, an unnecessary feeling. As I said, people fascinate me, especially ones as unique as yourself. You are a detective. I've only given you the tools you need to finish the job. From there, now that is the interesting part. I look forward to seeing your progress. Consider your debt to me partially repaid. The rest I shall collect at another time. Thoughts? Tell me, my little puppet, if you can see your strings, does your dance not continue until we meet again? He faded. Okay, so, I think that means we need to stop taking the pills. And now my throat hurts. Alright, good to go. So I guess we need to go to that word I can't really pronounce all too well. Kabuchiro? The air in the collector's basement was stagnant and heavy. If that stayed any longer, I felt that it may have suffocated me. Kabukicho. From the time I was there, Akihabara faded away into a distant memory. I returned to the surface, put my hand up to shield my eyes from the sunlight, and listened to the people on the street. Their conversations seemed so pointless, part of a world I no longer belonged to. The busy sounds of the street swept the cobwebs from my mind, forcing me to remember everything I told the collector and everything he impossibly knew. I told him so much, but did I have a choice? Maybe he was right and I was a puppet after all. At the moment, it didn't really matter. The dark and the mask both belonged to a world I was now a part of. Normal methods of investigation wouldn't lead me to them. Countless paths were narrowed to two, and I had no other choice but to march forward towards the leads I had been given. As I left Akihabara behind, one thing bothered me. How did the collector know so much about me? Was it really so easy to read? I don't think he could read that certain things happened, you know? I didn't have time to dwell on it. Kazuki and Reina were in the dark. That much had been all but confirmed. And I now had a means, however impossible, to find them. Two paths, the mask and the dark. Both were necessary, and I had to make a choice of which to follow first. Chase after a talent agency in Tokyo's red light district? Or back to Kamakura to visit Mai, the girl I nearly got killed? Neither seemed very appealing. My logical side didn't understand how either would help, but as everything around me cracked and crumbled away, the logic didn't matter anymore. I had to choose. Or maybe something would choose for me. Yo, am I like the dark? Sorry, I need to get comfortable. So we can go to Kamakura or Kabukicho. As much as I would love to travel to the red light district, and I would love to go there. I think I need to figure out more about the mask, because if I think about the dark, I think about the darkness with Jackie Estacado, and I already know about that, so I'm gonna go to Kamakura. But I do know Jim Carrey movies, so maybe I do know about the mask. Came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I thought I'd come here to apologize to Mai Kawana countless times. Couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. Sounds like an ego problem. Think of the fear and hurt in her eyes, and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about that day and how I lost control. Hopefully, she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with my investigation of the mask. Wait, it's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing's changed since that day. I think we might be crazy. Go away, no visitors. Alright. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Oh. I thought she would be in the house, but I guess she is a shrine maiden. Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was Mai Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat months ago. Before. This time, it was me she was terrified of. We were the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. Familiar presence watching from the shadows. Huh? 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 I'm not gonna kill her. I'm gonna let the time go down. I do need to blow my nose, so I'm just gonna do that. No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. You. The detective from before. Why are you just standing there? Hey, I brought you a margarita pizza. You hungry? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, We're not making this any better. I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize now? Didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once and then everyone started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you'd want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was the only one following procedure, but that's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? Strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. Huh? Well, how did this get to this? Whatever. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, Detective. Your name's Ito, right? So quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. And I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so hopeless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask and the redheaded girl. The mask the redheaded girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why'd she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in the old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. So worried about her. My gut tells me that the mask has something to do with this. I'm sorry. Listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry, Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me about how my parents died. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at Kendo Dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the Kendo world. What is this fucking infernal music? I hate it. It sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been good at opening up to strangers though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. Goodbye. Maybe I can try the grandma one more time, just in case. Not happening. Oh. Sorry. Okay, so, Sakusa. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his Kendo Dojo is well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want any word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Yes, is this it? No, that's a building I can't even touch. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop. Doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Hey, buddy. Octopus balls. Hello there. Would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at the food stands at a festival. It will make you question everything you knew about octopus in a ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've ever had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands. Appreciate it. Oh, fuck. Well, my professionalism only went down once. That's not so bad. These guys look like tourists. Likely. I can hear them speaking English. My English isn't so great, so I doubt they'll be much of help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there. There's something we can help you with? I don't want to do that. Huh? I don't speak wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in Japanese software companies, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me, I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Well, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I never thought, you would prefer me to speak in English instead? No, I mean, please, Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? No, we just come to Asakusa every year, and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though. Thanks, Robert. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It's a very traditional aesthetic. Ah, this looks like Neo's training room. Who are you? Hello, my name. A friend of mine's? Yeah, because if we say detective, he might be like, I know cops. I'm a friend of mine's. How the fuck? You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really? You think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed. Oh yeah, I guess he would know me from that. Now I know you're lying about it, pretending to be your friend, and oh fuck. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all. After your What? Idiasi? Fuck you. In Kamakura, I heard Mike crying over the phone every night for a month. Hey man, relax. I'm a friend. Don't bother her anymore. Get out of here. For myself, or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. Alright. See ya. Goodbye. That didn't go well. Maybe Mai will, know how to soften her brother up. Bro, can I go this way? Can I leave? Fuck. Imagine having to take a train ride here, just to be told to fuck off. Take another train ride back to Kamakura. Only to teleport and hover over the map. Don't worry, I think I can soften him up. Just a bit, I think. Yo, Mai, what's up, buddy? Hey, your brother. Think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yup, he have found Big Brother, alright. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come and talk to him? I don't think he'll ever tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother's keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Uh-oh. Don't say dark. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know, what? I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. Before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Bro, I'm exhausted already, man. The fuck? What am I doing? Oh my god. Right? Some fucking... What is this shit called? It's a Enjoy Life Rice Milk Chocolate Bar. I don't think it's agreeing with me. Bird. Dead bird. A dead crow lies in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating its remains. Was that there before? I don't think it was there before. I keep getting closer to the mic. I need to fucking stop that. I said no visitors, leave me alone. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. Fuck. I love the sheets. They're very avant-garde or something. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something, and you were going to free me from the past. Huh? Hey, hold up. Where did this side quest come from? For you? Are you talking about the mask? Dude, I think talking in the collector's voice fucked my throat. That was a terrible idea. Do not discourse that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it. Like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Is that a Silent Hill 2 quote? Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko, you mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. I think this game would be great. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But what if it was like the Ghost Stories dub? Where it's just comical. Because right now, I feel like it's pretty straightforward, right? Mask, not great. Darkness, or the dark, not great. But we're all the way over here. And there's a whole bunch of shit that we just... I feel is like fluff. But, that's fine. Yes, of course, you shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe. Everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please, don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know? Your mother. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen and what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We suffered enough. Okay, fuck you. You tricked me into taking the mask. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I'm not the one hiding things from my family, bitch. Nuts. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Well, I played Persona 5, so... Wait, that's 4. Izanagi was 4, the electric boogaloo. Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. That doesn't look like the Persona 4. Oh, fuck. Jeez, man. Sore throat? Tired? Uh-oh. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. Huh? When they were destined, when they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world still around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, the Kami of Fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new Kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable. and in his rage he struck down the child that killed his love. His child? I guess, I don't know. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Hey, is that like Nino Kuni? Yeah, was it Nino Kuni? Yeah, I think it was Nino Kuni. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. Ooh, she still looks alright, to be honest. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, in rage, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world, yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. What? I got the wrong message. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. The story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma. I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from the outsiders. Mai! You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. Oof. You tell us stories about Kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad too. No, stop. I'll tell you about your parents, how they... You can't, can you? You never told me how they died. The reason always changed every time I asked. No, Mai, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me, can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane! Dots. Sorry, I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go. Please. Goodbye, Grandma. What was the goddamn point of that story? Sorry, she's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It's kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come now, let's go see Takashi. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. All this talking is like killing my throat. So I'm gonna cut it here. I have no idea what the point of that story was. It made no sense to me. It was a good story. But I think the ending would have been different if he didn't freak out. You know? I feel like that's the moral of the story. If you see your girlfriend or boyfriend look fucked up, you gotta be like, hey, you look good. You can't be like, oh, fuck. Get me out of here. That's how the story ends bad. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Now have a good one. Bye-bye.